More than ever, we must accelerate action. More than ever, we must build momentum to break down the systemic bias and barriers that women face in every aspect of their life. As a first graduate in my immediate family, my journey has been anything but conventional. I have walked through different school walls without graduating, spent 5 years seeking university admission, and ultimately funded my entire education myself. But I didn't just stop there. I have been supporting my siblings in achieving the same goals, all while building a thriving career in a main dominated area. Many have told me it is possible to do all these things alone. I have been doubted countless number of times, but yet, time and again, I have had to prove myself. But my story is not just the unique one. I spoke with several incredible women who are thriving in different spaces. I mean, women who have taken bold steps, who have defied expectation, and faced the scrutiny that comes with simply daring to, dream, especially as a woman. I mean, daring to dream as a woman.
A senior technical writer. One of the bold step I've taken as a woman in tech is actually getting into tech, to be honest. I had interest in tech and in computer science while I was in school. I actually studied computer science in school and all that. But the truth is that interest quickly died down before I graduated due to the stereotyping that tech is not for women and all that. But then after my graduation and all that, I somehow found my way back into tech, but that wasn't it. I still had to deal with the stereotyping that I was in that position simply because I was a woman and not because I'm skilled.
The boldest action I've ever taken is quitting my job, my big girl job, and traveling to a new country to start over as an entrepreneur. That's crazy of me to have done. But yeah, I'm happy I did. Now I have a skincare tech startup that builds software for skin analysis and products recommendations. And we're changing the beauty game for Black women all over the world.
So I think one of the ways women's achievement can be recognized in this society is to actually give them credit for what they do. Like when you see a woman starting up a business, support her, give her credit. You don't make suggestions like, or you don't say things like, oh, if it weren't for that man, or if she didn't have to sleep her way through this, she wouldn't have gotten this, or she wouldn't have gotten that. How about she actually read, she got the certification, and she was able to land this job? How about she actually started from the scratch? She did all sorts of minor jobs, all kinds of business just to raise money to start up our own business. Like, if we could actually give women credit for the little things, no matter how little it is, like if they actually get credit for what they do, I think it's actually one of the best ways to recognize women's achievements in the society. So one of the boldest actions I've ever taken, of course, will be starting a business. Like to have the grace to wake up every morning, to keep pushing, to do what I know how to do best consistently, and to just keep myself in this business has to be one of the boldest action I took was leaving a career in HR to pursue my passion for baking. It was a big leap of faith, but I knew I needed to follow my heart. It was a bold move to start a new career, but it's been incredibly rewarding to create something I'm truly passionate about. I believe that society can help recognize women's achievements and promote gender equality by challenging gender stereotypes and providing support systems like mentorship and flexible work arrangements. Because by fostering a culture of inclusivity and celebrating women's contributions, we can create a world more equitable.
My boldest step would be when I left my parents' house to get a space outside because I didn't want to use my parents' house anymore for business. And then where I got the space, I had like four people running the exact same business. It was very scary. But 4 years after, we've expanded.
Okay, under the CST Accelerate Action, I believe that we as a society can do better at recognizing women's achievements and effort without attributing it to any other person other than themselves. Because oftentimes when women achieve things, you hear people say, "Oh, you don't know who has backed her up, you don't know who has helped her." Please, can we stop creating scenarios to disaccredit women? Happy International Women's Day.
To organizations out there, communities out there, and people who are looking to support women in tech, it's not just enough to say you are hiring a woman simply because she's just a woman. but then you need to hire her because she's skilled and treat her as such. A lot of women are hired into organization under the guise of, oh, we're trying to balance um the male and female working in the organization. We are trying to achieve diversity and inclusion. And those women get treated as such when they finally join the organization. They get treated as if, they are just employed simply because they are a woman, or they are women, and they are not skilled enough. And at the end of the day, these women have to work twice as hard, just to show people and to prove to people that they are actually skilled and they are not just hired because they're a woman. So my message to everyone would be to work on this subconscious bias and do not treat women like as if they are in the position they are simply because they are just women, but actually recognize them for the skills and the values that they bring to the organization.
The first thing I feel we need to tackle is the stereotype that most successful women slept their way through to the top. They don't want to believe in your world of experience. They don't want to believe your years of certifications. All of this, once you're successful, you slept your way through to the top. And this is a very serious problem because they don't want to believe that we are hardworking enough to get to the top. So I feel like once we get this stereotype out of the way, we can be recognized properly for our hard work and achievements, and we can be placed equally.
One of the boldest decisions I've ever made in my life is starting my brand even without having the full picture. I just started anyway.
One of the boldest steps I've taken is launching the Human Resource Girl community for young HR professionals. And it's so beautiful to see the results and the effects that we are having as a community on these human resource enthusiasts in real time.
One of the ways I think society can help women is to celebrate women in different fields, like in media, in technology, in business, and different fields. Celebrate women, amplify their voices. And what happens when this is done is that there are other women and other girls who would see these things and would believe that these things are possible for them too, and it's within reach, and that would make them work hard, reach out to these women for mentorship, and by so doing, more women are winning, more women, whose voices have been heard for the great work.
Been working in the academics for some years, but one thing that really stand out for me is the intrinsic motivation that has been keeping me going. Now I work in the domain of men, as in we're a male-dominated profession and organization. Though I need the support of my colleagues, which are mainly male, but they also look up to me to what I have to contribute. So I think a society can do more by promoting equality. That's our cultural beliefs is seriously speaking against women. Most of our cultural beliefs we speak against women. Sometimes, and these are issues that actually restrict women. So I want to encourage a society to look less to some of the cultural barriers we have to women emancipation, and then we should see women thriving.
And one of the things I think that we should start doing to promote gender equality and also to recognize women's achievements is to tell stories. We have women that have gone on to do amazing things and great things. I think we need to amplify those stories. We need to have platforms. We need to hear these women. We need to know how they were able to break through these stereotypes, how they were able to climb the ladders, and how they were able to achieve success. So yes, I think we need to hear more stories of women that are doing amazing things so they can inspire the next generation to do more amazing things. Accelerate action.
Hello, everyone. Happy International Women's Day. I am Barry and I accelerate action.
Imagine a gender equal world. I mean, a world that is free from bias, stereotype, and discrimination. A world that is diverse, equitable, and that is inclusive. I mean, a world where differences are valued and celebrated. We are seeing progress. Women are actually speaking up. They are believing in themselves, showing up, and inspiring others to do the same. But are we there yet? The answer is clear, not yet. Collaboration is key. Achieving an inclusive world and advancing gender equality is not a fight for women alone. We need the society as a whole to come together. We need to talk less and do more. We need to disseminate barriers, not just by acknowledging them, We need to work together, men, women, and all allies, to forge the true gender equality. We need to stand together and accelerate action. This International Women's Day and afterwards, don't let us just celebrate progress. Don't let us just celebrate the day. Don't let us just, talk, talk, talk. Let us commit to doing more. Together, we can accelerate action and create an equitable world that we all deserve. Let us take action.